we are live. Apologies for a bit of a late start here. Had some technical difficulties, but now we are ready to roll. We have already played game 1 of this best of 9 series. We were already halfway through the game before I realized we were having some issues, but we are now ready to roll. Let me introduce these players, and I'll tell you a little bit more about the event that we've got going on today. Spawning in the top left-hand side here, our Watermelon Terran player from Britain and GDA team. He is Mabadi. And his opponent, the bottom right-hand side in the red from Archangel Gaming and Sweden, he is Fjant. Alright, like I said, we're starting here from game 2 in a best of 9 series. Apologies, guys. I thought I was streaming for that game 1 and just was not. So we're live with game 2 now. Game 1 ended with a bit of a Marine Marauder medevac opener from Mabadi. Got to about the 12-minute mark before he was just overrun by Fjant with some lings in the natural. Mabadi, if you guys are familiar with his play at all, Mabadi is a bit of a one-note Terran player. I have never seen him open anything other than 1-1-1 into Marines with double medevac drop. That seems to be the only build this guy knows. That said, he is dang good at it. If you can get to Masters with just one build, why would you ever waste time learning another build? You know, there's no point to it. So Mabadi, a very aggressive player, loves his drops, loves to stay active with those drops. Fjant, in game 1, looked pretty aggressive as well. Went for the Ling Bane opener. Got some pressure on early on, defended against Mabadi's drops fairly well, and then just overran him. Some sloppy play on both sides, a couple missed opportunities, but these are Masters level players, so there are going to be a couple places where we're able to sort of look at what they're doing and say, all right, maybe some issues here or there, but really, they're playing fairly well overall. So as we jump into game number 2 here, we see that Fjant is 1 game ahead, and Mabadi, interestingly, one of the 2 racks opener this time. Well, now I've seen something new. Look at that. And he is, oh my god, he's going double reactor. Holy smokes. Okay. This is the most aggressive build I've ever seen out of Mabadi, and this is absolutely the right map to do it on. Mass Reaper for Mabadi. Now, this is a very, very unorthodox play for a Terran player. Even on Submarine, you would not see this play in professional play at all. Mass Reaper like this usually hits a little bit too late, and the Zerg player is usually able to deal with it fairly easily. Once he sees the 2 Reapers out, these Lings should have a pretty good idea what's going on, and Fjant should know how to respond to this play. Immediately we see the Spine Crawler going down, we see Ling Speed starting up, and we see that 3rd hatchery going down right away. With the appearance of the 3rd Reaper, we should see another Queen on the way. There it is, another Queen on the way from Fjant, and that Spine Crawler will finish up. What he's got to hope is that the Queen pops out, able to pick down those Reapers fairly effectively, and the Reapers can't get into his mineral lines. Maybe a 2nd Queen wouldn't go amiss, but Roach Warren already down to get a bit more action on the map. A bit of an egregious Creep Tumor attempt to spread there. Not going to work out. Mabadi's going to die pretty deeply on Creep Tumor number 1. Good grenade there. Is going to grab the 2nd Creep Tumor as well. Grenades, unfortunately, blowing those Queens backwards rather than forwards. So Mabadi's going to have some trouble here, but nice micro on the Marines here. Or on the Reapers, rather, has not yet lost a Reaper. Mabadi with 5 Reapers out. Going to check for the 3rd base. Nothing there to kill, but he can hop up into the main. Luckily, the Queens from Fjant are here already. 1 Reaper goes down. 2nd Reaper target fired here. 1 Queen does go down as well, but 1 Queen versus 3 Reapers is a bit of a sticky situation. Spine Crawler moving into position. The Queen will get 1 last Reaper. No! 3 Reapers do escape here. 2 Queens for 2 Reapers. Not a good trade for our Zerky boy Fjant, and no additions here from Mabadi. He's grabbing another command center, but holy smokes, going up to 5 racks play. That is just unorthodox as all hell. The first Roaches are on their way. We are going to need to see some surrounds from these Lings. The Roaches coming in, some Corrosive Biles on the trapped Reapers would not be the worst idea. Mabadi trying to get up onto the high ground here, scanning to see if the Lings are still causing him trouble. The Roaches, however, able to drive away those Reapers. So 3 base Fjant versus 1, and we'll call it 1.5 base Mabadi. Mabadi going even more all in from a 2 racks opener to a 5 racks opener. The Roaches are out though, and Reapers don't do that much against Roaches. Spine Crawler here to defend the natural, Spine Crawler here to defend the main, and 3rd base up and running now. Need to see a Queen pop out of that 3rd base soon. Unfortunately, Fjant doesn't have quite the scratch to go for a queen, but he does have to scratch for a lot of roaches. Another bad grenade there from Mabadi, blowing roaches toward his Reapers, not away. Trying to buy himself time, but unfortunately just not getting as much done. These Reapers with their little tickle guns are just not going to get too much work done here. And Mabadi is going to be forced back to his natural. He still just has the orbital command finished, but no natural built yet. He is continuing to crank out bio units, despite seeing this many roaches on the field. Marines and Reapers, not the optimal choice, obviously. You've got roaches in the field. Concussive Shell Marauders would be highly preferable. One Ravager does go down. Oof, Mabadi eats a corrosive bile there. Not the best control we've ever seen. Two more Reapers going to go down here. He's counting on his micro to save him here. And the micro is doing a good job on the Reapers, but the army supply for Fjant is just going to continue to grow here. And Mabadi on one base simply won't be able to compete against a 3-base Zerg player, even with 30 workers. You're not going to be mining as efficiently as you would like. He's going to be forced to try and take this natural now. And more roaches coming out as Fjant solidifies his position in this game at number 2. Remember, Fjant is up 1-0 right now. Mabadi Mabadi behind by 1 game. Got a little pause here from Mabadi. Hope everything is okay on his end. I'm going to hope that maybe it's just a cat on the keyboard and nothing more. Waiting now to see what Mabadi's up to. Wiping the tears from his eyes as he realizes his opener was not as effective as he had hoped, perhaps. He's got stim and combat shields on the way from those two tech labs on his barracks. We'll see if he's good to go. All right, let's get this party started. 3, 2, 1. And we're back in. Mabadi ready to roll here. Ling run by going into the natural. Going to check for a third. Luckily, no third there. And I do wonder, oh man, there's no Baneling nest, but some Banelings would be just absolutely gorgeous right now. Mabadi, by the way, we just, game number 1, I know you guys missed it, but game number 1 was about a 10-15 minute game. 15-minute game, give or take. And Mabadi built 0 tanks that game. He was up against Ling Bane for most of the game before the Mutalisks popped in. And like I said, Mabadi didn't build a single siege tank, which Terran players really need. So this is a player who's shown that he's unwilling to adapt to different styles. Has not built a factory this game at all. Counting on 7 racks to win him this game. And unfortunately, I just don't think that's going to happen. He's getting up to a critical mass of Marines and Marauders, which is quite nice. Going to give us some nice mid-game power and mid-game pressure, but realistically, on 3 bases here with a Baneling nest, Fjant is going to destroy Mabadi once these Banelings hit the field. It doesn't matter how good your micro is, man, even slow Banelings, if there are enough of them, which of course Fjant can build, he's got those 2 gases taken. Mabadi should be in some trouble. Might be going for some pressure here, and this is Mabadi's pretty much only chance. He's 10 workers behind now. He's been a base behind for almost the entire game. And, yeah, Fjant's going to see this coming with these Lings. Fjant needs to get back, muster his forces, and get ready for a heroic defense, moving his Spine Crawlers into place at the 3rd. Has a Spine Crawler at the natural still, and those Overlords in a very awkward position here. Need to get those back over the top of a Spine Crawler or something. Little Ling run by into the natural, cutting off some reinforcements here. Mabadi forced to not reinforce his army as much as he may want. Reaper goes down. Creep spread from Fjant finally going down. This creep tumor will complete, or should complete anyway. Mabadi better not target that creep tumor down. That'd be such a weird thing to target, rather, when he needs the damage. Banelings off of creep, not being target fired down. There's 1, but still 3 Banes here. The creep spread beginning from that forward creep tumor. Mabadi grabs the 2nd Baneling as well. Army supply still in Fjant's favor. He's got 24 Lings in production right now, though. Really can't afford to take this fight at the edge of creep too much longer, though. Mabadi's trading more efficiently than Fjant is. All you gotta do is build 8 racks, kids. Don't build a factory until the 8-minute mark. And you'll be golden. You'll be golden. Nah, I'm just kidding. Mabadi's gonna lose this game, I think, almost certainly. The Ling's gonna come across, take out these Marauders. Marauders, of course, terrible against Zerglings, and this will get cleaned up. It looked like a good fight from Mabadi there. Look at the army supply tab. Sure, Fjant was ahead, and now he's a little bit behind. An efficient trade for Mabadi, but the worker count doesn't justify not doing any economic damage there. Mabadi's going to be stuck on 2 bases here, only just now going for the starport. His stim practically useless because he can't heal up his units any. And the most important thing we need to see is, yeah, this lair tech is very, very late from Fjant. Gotta get that Baneling nest rolling. Big mistakes from Fjant in his build order here. Mabadi, I think, bullheadedly trying to stick with the same build order that he knows from games 1 and, well, every game before this one. Lings get caught here again. Mabadi forced to leave some reinforcements back home, and here comes wave number 2. God, this feels a lot like fighting the AI in StarCraft 2 if you're on like the medium to hard AI, where it's just like a predictable wave of Marines and Marauders every couple minutes. Like we said, though, Mabadi may have critical mass here, and it looks like the bad engagements from Fjant continue. He's going to lose everything in his army again, feeding this big bio ball from Mabadi. 1 queen, 1 roach, 5 lings at a time. And if you're a Zerg player, you know you cannot take these fights piecemeal. You've got to have your entire army in position. You got to have your entire army attacking at the same time. And again, even though Mabadi will get cleaned up here, Fjant has invested an awful lot. Take a look at the units lost tab here. Resources lost twice in favor of Mabadi because he's been taking these really efficient engagements. That time he got 6 drones. First time he got 0 drones. Next time he'll get 12. Next time he'll get 24. Next time he'll get 48. The game eventually will end if both these players keep smashing their heads together. Nice cancel on that 3rd base for Mabadi. He's going to lose a couple SCVs as well. This ling run by from Fjant finally paying off. 4 SCVs do go down, but Mabadi's equal on workers. Fjant grabbing a 4th base now has just not been able to squeeze out the drone count that he wants. We're at 10 minutes now. Fjant has only lost, what, 6 drones? He's lost 148 lings, but honestly, you should have a much higher drone count here at the 10.5 minute mark if you want to stay competitive. Mabadi adding on a 2nd engineering bay and the armory so we can get the +2 upgrades, because of course he just finished up 1-1 now. Upgrade slightly in favor of Mabadi, and here we go. Let's see if Fjant can actually muster a good defense here. Not enough lings in the front. Medevacs are now here. Mabadi can stim with impunity, and what did we say? 6 drones last time, 12 drones this time, 24 drones the next time. Gonna take a base and an overlord with them as well. The Spinecrawler not gonna do too much here as Fjant fails to muster an effective defense. Mabadi is gonna run through just because Fjant has taken some pretty bad fights here. Mabadi gonna even up that score 1-0, or pardon me, 1-1. Excellent. Fjant and Mabadi here tied up at 1-1 right now. Let me adjust the scores here for you, and actually I'll there we go. Got those scores updated. And we'll get into game number 3 here. Map 2, of course, was Submarine LE. And the loser of the game chooses the next map. So Fjant is choosing Light Shade as map number 3. Map number 1 was on Death Aura. We'll be going through the entire map pool before players are allowed to reselect their maps. Mabadi and Fjant both ready to go, and we'll hop in to game number 3. Excellent. Excellent. This $25 show match, part of the Destiny Star League, as you can see from the overlay. These two Masters players going head-to-head yet again for just a little bit of pocket change, a little bit of fun, a little bit of a scrap, and hopefully a little bit of enjoyment from you folks back home. And let's roll. Spawning in the bottom right-hand side in the green, it is our Watermelon Terran player from Britain. He is Mabadi. And his opponent in the top left-hand side in the red from Archangel Gaming and Sweden, we have got Fjant in the house. Rock and roll. So, TVZ has always been one of my favorite matchups. I'm a big fan of this matchup. Gives me good Brood War vibes. It just feels like the most pure essence of StarCraft. Man, I love seeing these players play, and it's gonna be real great. Gonna be real great. Barracks first for Mabadi. 1 gas taken, though, so we might be going for Reaper Expand. We'll see if he goes for a more standard build this time, or if he just slams down 6 more racks and A moves his way to victory. We'll see if Fjant can keep up with the pressure here. Fjant with the 2nd base down. No 3rd just yet, obviously. About a minute away from that potential 3rd base timing. Got to get the hatch and the gas and the pool all up with those 2 queens on their way out. Drones mining gas. Looks like Fjant wants to get speed out right away. Should be a pretty tight timing here for him. We'll see if he pulls those drones off of gas to go for a less aggressive build. 2 out of 3, and there's his 100 gas. Still 2 drones on gas, so we may see an earlier Baneling nest, possibly a Roach Swarm. He is going to grab that third, though, at about the 230 mark. Pretty damn 220 mark. Very early third here for Fjant. Surprising to see him going that economically aggressive in a match where his own economic hubris cost him big in game number 2, where he was just overrun by wave after wave of Mabadi, Marine Marauder Reaper push. Mabadi, meanwhile, actually going for a factory. So a 2-1-1 build out of Mabadi. This is what we saw in game number 1, was the 2-1-1, getting a ton of Marines out early, and the factory behind that. Then, of course, we'll do a medevac, get stim, get 2 medevacs, do a drop, and play that classic Watermelon Terran style that we've come to expect from our British Terran player. There it is, stim right away. The factory may swap over for some Hellions, but I'm not even sure if he'll waste his time doing that. Might just go straight in to that starport. We'll have to see, as Mabadi saves up 150 gas for his next tech building. He's going to look at the swap over here. There's the starport. Overlord catches that swap over on Mabadi, trying to be cute, trying to be coy, apparently faking that he was going for Hellions, but still dropped the starport down. So, you know, not a huge difference in a couple Hellions in your base and anything else in your base. So, a little surprising there that Mabadi wasted time with that swap over, but he's alright. He's just trying to fool his opponent. 6 roaches on the way for Fjant. Yeah, it looks like Fjant not happy with the letting Mabadi's pressure come to him. Fjant apparently going for a little bit more aggression in the early game. All right. Stim going to finish up here for Mabadi. His double NG bays are just plopped down at the at the wall. Interesting choices here from Mabadi, going for the double NG bays. At the front wall, normally you want to keep those safe. Upgrade pickups are pretty expensive, not necessarily because the upgrades themselves are expensive, but because the time it takes to invest into the upgrades are pretty expensive. So losing +1 and +1 can be pretty rough here. Mabadi just loading up that medevac, and he's going to have to put on the air brakes immediately. Come back home to try and hold this. There's a lot of roaches at his front door. Good SCV repair on that supply depot, though. Yeah, the Marines are going to pop out here. Oh no. Mabadi's going to lose the supply depot unless he repairs it up. The SCV just in time to put out those fires, and this is not going to be quite enough roach pressure. Mabadi not getting caught with his pants down like he did in game number 1 that allowed Fjant to pull ahead. Instead, Mabadi going to stim it to win it, baby. Gunning down roach after roach, ling after ling. Wouldn't be surprised knowing Mabadi to see another stim coming out here. Wow, okay, he's not going to go for it. I'll be damned. Gonna hide some more of his army back here, maybe faking like he's going back home. Again, I assume he'll pick up and drop, because that's what Mabadi does. He picks up and drops, man. Roach is going across, Link's going across the map again. Mabadi's gonna get into the third base here. There's no Spore Crawler, there's only 1 Queen, and the Overlord will see it, which means the Lings and Queens have to rotate down to the south side to try and defend this 9 o'clock base. Mabadi should be able to get a lot done, though. Very slow, sluggish, molasses-like response from Fjant, who loses 4 drones right away. The Lings allow the Marines to get into a great spot here. Medevacs come back. The Lings all get mowed down, and now the focus is on the Roaches and the Queens. A little bit of counter pressure here will pick off 1 supply depot, but that is not going to be enough, baby doll, as 10 drones have gone down. The Queen has gone down, and the 3rd hatchery is under fire by these Marines. +1/+1, about halfway done now for Mabadi. Yeah, about 7/8 of the way done, actually. And that 3rd base is up, down, and all around. Gone, splattered up against the pavement, dead like a watermelon in a Gallagher show. Ain't nothing left of that 3rd base. Fjant forced to rebuild. Great little indie game, by the way. Rebuild 3. Phenomenal. A little more content and polish would be great, but my god, is it fun to play. I think it's like $5 on Steam. Go pick it up. Alright. Tank out for Mabadi. That is the first tank Mabadi has built, I think, this entire series. I did not know that man knew how to put a tech lab onto a factory. I'll be damned. Look at that. Look at that. Somebody take a screenshot. Mabadi with a tech lab on a factory, making a tank. Unbelievable. 1-1 finished up for Mabadi as our stim and combat shields, but 1-1 about to finish for Fjant as well, so we're going to see an even distribution of upgrades here. No real timing windows as we go into the mid-game here in Game 3. Mabadi, of course, as we said at the beginning of the series, an aggressive player, and this is his play, man. Get the medevacs in, drop the Marines in, and just go to the go-go. And unfortunately, Fjant doesn't seem to be responding super well to this. He's got 4 Banelings on the way, but he's just trying to open up with just Lings. And another pretty poor engagement from Fjant, you know, running those Lings forward before the Banes had finished, not allowing the Banes to go in. Mabadi target firing the Banes there. Nice micro from Mabadi. Loses a couple Marines, but still pokes down that 3rd base, and he's got enough Marines left over where the homeboys that come out of that hatchery after they die just can't do much about him. Mabadi even sniping those larvae, because he's a cruel man who likes to see his enemies driven before them, to hear the lamentations of his women. And I messed up the quote, but you know what I mean. Interestingly, that drone is going to start a new hatch, which Mabadi's going to focus fire down, forcing the cancel on that hatch, so a little more expensive than just killing off the drone initially. Interestingly, Fjant thinks he can hold this hatch. I'm a little surprised to see that he thinks that. He's adding on some more roaches. Baneling speed almost finished up, but Mabadi doing a great job with the old A move right click. On top of these roaches, the focus fire pretty atrocious from both players, but with this many medevacs, every Marine has their own individual medevac. It is socialized healthcare up in Mabadi's base, and he loves it, baby. This ain't the NHS. This is like proper pre-Brexit healthcare for our British Terran player. Mabadi finally forced to pick up and get out, but with no 3rd base for Fjant and Mabadi's 3rd base established, we're going to see an even more powerful version of Game 2 where Mabadi sends the Zap Brannigan style wave after wave of his own men into Fjant's bases, and Fjant's defenses get weaker and weaker over time. So even if Mabadi gets cleaned up here, the income graph ain't gonna lie. You can see Mabadi 1,200 resources per minute ahead of Fjant. No question, Mabadi's going to win this game. Six more Banes on their way out, but with no 3rd base, even these 4 gases are not going to be enough to sustain a proper Baneling push from Mabadi. Mabadi's going to lose a couple more Marines here. Obviously, he's going to keep this drop active to try and push on to creep on the north side. I guess Fjant has not seen this push yet. Doesn't know it's here. The Scouting Ling not going to see it until just now when it steps on to creep. And now Mabadi going for dual-pronged harass, fighting some Queens at the south side, which means no transfuses for the army at the north. So the army at the north, so the army at... There we go. The army at the north side rolls in, but man, there ain't nothing here. 7 more Banes coming in, but that's a little too late. Again, Mabadi barely has to target fire at all. Just going to go straight on in, and GG, the Watermelon Terran picks up win number 2. That means we are going into game number 4 with Mabadi up 2-1. Fjant will get map choice. He can choose any map that he has not already played, so anything other than Death Aura, Submarine, or Light Shade. We're going to go on Pillars of Gold for map number 4, a solid map, and we'll see what Fjant has planned. It's a pretty bad map for things like 12 pools. Really early aggression. I'd be a little surprised to see it, so I have to see what's going on here in game number 4 on Pillars of Gold as we hop in Fjant and Mabadi. And we are ready to roll. Let's hop in to Pillars of Gold for game 2. Spawning in this bottom left-hand side for Pillars of Gold, it's our British green Terran player from the GDA team. He is Mabadi. And his opponent in the top right-hand side in the red from Archangel Gaming, we have got the one and only Fjant. I wonder if Fjant means anything in Swedish. Let me pop open the old Google Translator here. Swedish to English, please. Fjant. Just a name? Ha! Apparently Fjant in Swedish means like jerk or busybody, or as Google Translate says, officious blighter. Oh man, cool. I'm gonna start calling people I don't like officious blighters. Did Steve give you that TPS report yesterday, Creighton? Ah, yeah, what an officious blighter. Told me you worked too hard on it for me to deal with it. My buddy would be like, oh, yeah, Steve. He is an officious blighter. So, we got the 1 gas barracks opener from a body again. He went with a 2-1-1 off the back of this last time before expanding. We'll see if he looks like he's going for a Reaper expand, though. Saving up that 300 minerals and moving that SCV into position. So we're going to see a low ground CC form of body. Whereas on Fjant's side of the map, we got hatch, gas, we got pool. Very standard stuff on both sides. So, ooh, look at that. A factory out of the body here. So no 2-1-1 at all. Just going for, looks like a 1-1-1 build. Mixing it up a little bit. I believe this is the build Mabadi did in game number 1, where he went for the 1-1-1. It wasn't able to hold up against the early pressure of Fjant. Fjant overran him with Lings and Banes there in the initial game. And Mabadi really struggled with that pressure, so that was his first L on the table, but we'll see if he can make up for it here in game number 4 on Pillars of Gold. Remember, we'll be cycling through the entire map pool here. All 9 games we played. We'll have to go through all the maps in games 1 through 7, and then we'll recycle. If we get to a game 8, a game 9, we'll have to recycle some of those maps. There's 1 drone going to go down here. Reaper's still alive. Get all these Lings here. Nice shots. Remember, it only takes 3 volleys from 2 Reapers to kill a Ling. So, wow, both these Reapers getting out of here. Mabadi with 3 Ling kills and a drone. 4 Ling kills and a drone. Well done there by the Watermelon Terran from Britain here. He's also going to snipe a Creep Tumor. Everything's coming up Mabadi this game. A little too aggressive there. He's going to lose 1 Reaper. Didn't need to stick around for that. Won't be able to snipe the second Creep Tumor anyway. May as well go back home. But we are going to see a Hellion coming out now for Mabadi. And wow, changing things up. You know, I made fun of Mabadi in game number 2 for only having 1 build, but bless my bones, he is going for another build. Cloaked Banshee coming out for the Watermelon Terran player. Fjant, of course, getting a beautiful scout. That Overlord practically on vacation in Mabadi's base. He's taking iPhone photos. He is sitting in a car eating too much cotton candy. He's doing a great job. He's doing a great job. See the Lings pop in here. The wall is not finished yet, though. 1 Marine down, 2nd Marine down. Oh, no. Did Mabadi overcommit again? He's got 2 Hellions out. He's got the Banshee out. He should be able to clean this up. Where the hell are his Hellions? Reaper in the other base right now. Banshee taking out what it can. Banshees fire very slowly, though. There we go. The Hellions are what we need to finish that off. SCV's pulled off the line to repair the Hellions, and Mabadi is going to defend that. Very nicely done. Mabadi heading up to the north side with this Banshee, but of course the Spore Crawlers are down. Fjant being extra, ultra, super, duper, double careful. Reaper goes down as well. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Spores in every base. Mabadi, no surprises here. Going for more barracks. Barracks 2 and 3 popping down now, as well as a 3rd command center. Fjant played greedy in the early game. Mabadi played greedy in the early mid-game as well, or the late early game as well. So both players looking for these longer macro-style games. That must mean they feel confident in their late-game play. Spore Crawler here to drive away the Banshee. Cloak, of course, finished up. Going to be fairly... Oh, pardon me. Cloak canceled from Mabadi. I didn't see that earlier. Cloak canceled by Mabadi. So no need for the Cloak. Obviously, his Banshee was spotted out. That cancel on Cloak is a pretty good investment. 1-1 on the way from a body again. Interesting placement here on the engineering base. Much more common to see him back here behind the natural, back here behind the main. Making him part of this wall is pretty risky, man. At least if you're building a command center, the command centers have a big chunky bunch of health, right? Command center sitting at 1500 health, whereas the engineering base at a little over half that. So a couple Baneling shots, a couple Lings to clean it up, even some corrosive biles to hit both of them can not only stop your NG base, but prevent your upgrades from progressing. If you lose +1/+1 as a Terran player, you are just set on the back foot considerably. You really need that 1/1 to effectively push across the map and get a lot out of your Marines and medevac pushes. Okay. Hellions cleaning up a little bit from a body here, dropping a couple scans to clear a couple creep jimmers. Luckily, Queens to the rescue on the north side, Queens to the rescue on the east side. That creep is going to be salvaged, so the 4th base has been spotted here, but Queen should be able to drive these Hellions away, along with the Lings behind this. A good surround. Mabadi not paying attention, gonna lose 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6 Hellions in that push. Ouch. Not what my body was hoping for here. The Banshee pops back in to try and get some damage done, but it's going to get picked off by that Queen. Goodbye, Banshee. It's been nice. Hope you find your paradise. The Queen with a kill. Beautiful stuff. Beautiful stuff. Overseer does see this push out from Mabadi, who's on 34 army supply. Fjant at 71 workers. That's a lot of drones, my man. That's a lot of drones. You know you're playing against a greedy Terran player. If you over-drone, he is absolutely going to find a way to punish that. Oh, look at the Lings. Stopping that little CC from dropping down, staring up at it with their cute little eyes. Blink, blink. Hello. Body lands at 3rd base now. He's on 62 workers. The income going to be slightly in Fjant's favor here as the 4th base really gets up and running. We're going to see a shower of mules dropping down from, well, I was going to say shower of mules, but he's actually wasted a bunch of his orbital command energy on those scans. So Mabadi maybe not paying as much attention to his economy as he potentially could be. On the other side of the map, Fjant has a much better timing this game. He realizes he's playing against Bio style, so earlier Baneling Nest, earlier Lair, earlier Bane Speed. Fjant is prioritizing all the upgrades that somebody who's playing against a Bio style should. These Lings just barely gonna miss the move out here. Mabadi sweeping by, scraping through by the skin of his teeth, by the hairs on his chinny chin. He is not gonna get caught. Coming up the south side. Should be able to force a cancel on his 5th base if he sees it. Oh, he sees it. He's just going to go straight for the 4th here. Going for the drones. Drones need to be pulled immediately. Fjant, a little slow on the drone pull. Going to lose 1 drone and a Queen. The 4th base, of course, will fall like the Empire of Rome post Trajan. That's going to go down. Mabadi's going to pick up and go straight up into the main here. This is absolutely dangerous and what Mabadi loves to do. Going to leave some Marines behind like it's Iwo Jima or Vietnam, and there are no more choppers left. But some of these lucky folks are going to get up into the HQ of Fjant. It looks like Fjant's going to be slow to pull his drones again. Lings on top. Bane's trying to roll onto creep here. Mabadi should be able to pick up and get out. Killing off those Queens. Very valuable. And, of course, there are no Hydras on the map just yet. Mabadi's reign of terror has not yet come to an end. Little Baneling roll by here in the 3rd base, though. And Mabadi not paying attention. Has the Marine stationed there, but they were apparently playing blackjack or something, not paying attention. And Mabadi's going to go for a very awkward wall off here, using NG bays rather than supply depots. That's just a bit of a mistake, honestly. Terran players, you got to use supply depots here. Building extra engineering base seems like a good idea because you're going to get the extra health hit points from them. It's really just going to keep the Zergit Bay for a little longer. My god, the 4th base is down once, down twice. It is once, twice, 3 times a killed base. Baneling's getting sniped as well here. Mabadi's reign of terror continues as Fjant cannot seem to find it in him to take a good engagement. Look at that sniping from Mabadi. Good target firing on the Banes, and then, of course, as soon as the Banes roll close, pick up, drop down at the edge of creep, snipe some more Banes, rinse and repeat as many times as you want on your hair and body until your body smells like dead Zergling. Well done here by Mabadi. Baneling count all the way up to 6, all of them here. There are some mutes on the map now. These little mutilous boys going to try and come around the north side and surprise Mabadi. Mabadi does not suspect this is coming, or if he does, he's not prepping for it. We don't see any missile turrets going down. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4 engineering bays. You'd think he'd be building 4 missile turrets at a time, but not the case. And, oh no, his Marines nowhere near the main base. Oh, Terran players, avert thine eyes, because the reckoning has come, and lo, I looked and saw a pale horse, and upon him a rider whose name was Death. I am become death, destroyer of worlds. I'm trying to think of another good quote about death, but all I can think of is like death to Smoochie or death of a salesman, neither of which are really appropriate here because this is genuinely terrifying from a body. Missile turret not going to be finished here. Marines in the main base getting rallied down to the natural. It's just not going to be good enough. These mutilisks, oh god, Fjant, get out, buddy. You're done. Slow down the 4th base. You're done. And that's going to put Fjant right back on top where he belongs. Gorgeous. Armory going down to vehicle upgrade. Mute caught between a missile turret and a marine place there. Not exactly beautiful, but another Ling Bane run by here, and this time there ain't nowhere to run. Widow Mine's going down onto the Overseers. Lucky for Fjant, or very intelligently by Fjant, he's able to draw those Widow Mine shots off, and it does look like our Zerg player in a pretty significant position of advantage here. Mabadi down to 28 workers. This is going to be his last stand. He really can't macro out of this. I'm honestly a little surprised that he's even building more SCVs. Right now, Mabadi should be trying to put the kibosh on this game. As it looks like he knows that's his charge right now. He's got to get that done. No more Banelings available, and again, Mabadi I don't even think is going to bother defending back home. Just hoping that the Marines that get cranked out are enough to sort of fight some of these. Oh my god, the Baneling landmine's not going to go off for Fjant, though. Had a beautiful opportunity and squandered it. Squandered, I say. Gone are the Banelings. Gone are the drones. Gone are the top left-hand side bases. Gone are the Hogshead, Cask, and Demijohn. Gone with the Cracker Barrel, Pickle Barrel, Flypaper. Not going to happen. More Lings into the 3rd base here, but at this point, Mabadi's like, oh, you're going to kill my SCVs? All right, bro. Deal with this. A big green blob of A-moving Marines. Mabadi's going to scan. Saw those Banelings burrowed, but now the problem is that Mabadi actually only has 3 orbital commands down. So he's going to have to waste a bunch of scans on burrowed Banelings. That means no way for him to come back economically. He eats a fair few losses there, but Fjant's army is pretty minuscule right now. Mabadi doesn't need these Banelings. Oh! He barely gets up off. Those Banelings almost taken off his head like the Red Queen in Alice in Wonderland. Luckily, he's able to drop up on the high ground and will continue this push once he's healed up. He's going to stim forward again and stim it to win it, baby. The problem right now is that Mabadi's army is largely tied up in these medevacs. 6 medevacs for 22 Marines. It's not the best ratio I've ever seen, and it will require... Oh, God, I was going to say good micro, but a cat got my tongue there. Thank goodness, because it won't take any good micro. 1 Baneling shot. Really trading very efficiently for Fjant. Fjant, meanwhile, running by with these Lings, forces a liftoff of the command center. What did we say earlier? Only 3 orbitals out for Mabadi right now, so he's not able to invest in scans. A couple of burrowed Baneling boys would do a crazy amount of damage right now. Mabadi should be winning this game, despite having a hilariously bad economy. Behind this, nice snipes on the Banes. Again, needs to pick up and get out, but there are no Hydras. There are no Queens. There's no Hydralisk Den. There's no Queen Nest. There's a Spire, but the Mutas are gone. They are all pulled out earlier by those Widowmine shots at the 3rd base. So Mabadi doing a great job right now. Staying alive. Staying alive. Staying alive. And here comes another big push. The army supply still in Mabadi's face. It's so funny. You can see when Mabadi's economy went to shit, and right at the same point in the graph, you can see when his army supply jumped up. A big army investiture from Fjant. He's going to lose his 5th base here, and as long as these Banelings don't connect, Mabadi should be beautiful. Well, the Banelings are going to connect on all of his Marauders. He's just counting on those Marauders to tank the damage. I don't think that's a good trade for Mabadi to make right now. He obviously can't afford to rebuild anything, but he's going to try and go for it anyway. Poor target firing from Mabadi. They're not able to get those Banelings off creep, though. He's trying for the Widowmine shot. 1 Widowmine shot goes down. Let's see if the other ones can get something done. 4 Banelings for 1 Widowmine shot. That is a great play. Mabadi needs to move those Widowmines forward. Needs to join them in with the rest of the fight and push into the 3rd base. 2 drones, 3 drones, 4 drones, 5, 6 drones, 7 drones, 8 drones. Oh my. 3rd base goes down here, and now we see a 1-2 base Zerg player against a 1-2-3.5 base Terran player. I don't know why Mabadi scanned there. Is he going to Widowmine to get these burrowed Lings out? Okay, that was actually kind of cute there. The Widowmine goes down, and the CC lands, but I don't think it really matters, friends. 26 army supply to 98. Again, it would take the God Baneling shots of a lifetime. Somewhere DRG has to have a shrine set up that Dark and Rogue are currently praying at for Fjant to have a chance in this game. A hope, a prayer, some lint from his navel that he can maybe get blessed by the gods of Zerg. I don't know. Maybe if Cyril's around, he can be like, oh, yeah, sure, man. I'll help you out. Other than that, Mabadi's just going to have to try and find an opening. Obviously, these long-distance mining drones would be a great start, pick those off, mow down that conga line one by one, would be a great way to put the kibosh on this game. 4 Ultralisks coming out from Fjant, but guys, once he loses these Ultralisks, he's got nothing. Nothing. He's mining for long distance from a base that's already half dead. He's losing his creep tumors to Marines that are already at 2-3-3, pardon me. Both players maxed out on upgrades, but Mabadi, despite having an unbelievable upgrade disadvantage earlier in the game, is going to make this work. The Huggy Boys coming in from both sides, but it's not going to be enough. There's just too much DPS here. Even if Mabadi trades inefficiently, eats a fungal growth, it will not be enough. And Mabadi, the Watermelon Terran player, jumps up to a 3-1 lead in this best of 9 series. Well played by Mabadi, and we are going to see, let me get that score updated here. Mabadi with the little thing, 1-3, and that means Fjant gets to choose our next map yet again. Remember, this is a best of 9, first player to win 5 wins. Mabadi looking pretty strong right now, but Fjant doing a good job putting up a fight. Look, if Fjant could learn to position his units a little better, to maybe micro, get some synergy going on with some of his units, he may have a good shot. But right now, I'm a bit concerned. It seems like Mabadi just has to get a decent number of Marines up, and eventually he'll win. We need to see Fjant finding the space somewhere in his game to build a Hydralisk Den. He finally got the Spire up that game, but it was just fairly ineffectual. Just because Mabadi wasn't paying attention back home and lost an awful lot. We'll have to see what these players get up to here in game number 5. Our map is Oxide LE. Oxide LE. The oxidation process caused by the decaying of inorganic matter that is metallic in nature, most notably found on iron as it becomes rust, also known as iron oxide. Let's hop in to game number 5. Mabadi currently leading this series 3-1. Spawning in the bottom left-hand side, in the green from the GDA team in the UK, it is Mabadi. And his opponent. In the top right-hand side, in the red from Archangel Gaming, we have got our Swedish player, Fjant. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful from Fjant. We'll see what he can get up to here in game number 5, if he's got any luck at all. Any luck at all. Body opening here with the barracks, but we've got an interesting little gas pool opener again. See what he wants to go for. Not sure if he's going to have any luck with a little bit more of an aggressive opener. He's definitely going to try and control the conversation this game. That'll be what he's best at, I think. But it's going to be a tough, definitely going to be a tough sell, I think. Tough sell. We'll have to see, though. Roach Warren immediately going down, and yeah, this is a heavy aggression build here. As the Lings pop out for Fjant, we are going to see some pretty serious aggression here. SCV cannot be allowed to get into the main base right now. He's got to make sure that the Roach Warren isn't spotted. The SCV gets nailed to the wall just before the Roach Warren is seen. So well done there by Fjant to prevent the Roach Warren from getting spotted. Mabadi on the other side, building a CC on the high ground, building a factory, but I honestly don't know if he's going to have enough here. Really interesting. Interesting. Here come the Lings. Up the ramp right now, there's only one Marine out and one Reaper on the other side of the map. That Reaper fiddling around with a natural, and we immediately see a bunker coming down from the body. 3 Roaches are on the way from Fjant, and the Roaches will be spotted by that Reaper, and immediately we should see a tech lab onto this factory, and the second second bunker getting put down. Mabadi taking this threat very seriously. Very wise, by the way, from Mabadi to go ahead and move this bad boy back. He's going to try and get the tech lab down so it's not snipeable by those corrosive biles. And then he can get a cyclone or a tank out. Either would be an acceptable choice, but right now, he really just needs to get some more bio units. There we go. 2 Marines queued into one of the bunkers here. Bunkers don't do much good unless there's something in them, friends. You gotta have something inside those bunkers, and Mabadi has got to man those bad boys up because the roach is a-coming. Oh boy, and it is a-coming hard, and it is a-coming fast. Just the way Mabadi doesn't like it. We got 5 roaches down. Should see a couple Ravagers morphing in here. Usually you want to do, 3 Ravagers. That's the magic number because it takes 3 Ravagers to one-shot a tank that is sieged up. So if Mabadi had the wherewithal to go ahead and build a tank, he'd be able to snipe that thing down. Luckily, Mabadi is going for the Cyclone, which I think is a much better choice. A little more mobility and still some good zone control. And of course, the range on those Cyclones, once they lock on, is absolutely bananas candy. Would love to see a couple Cyclone lock-ons picking off these roaches. No Ravagers yet from Fjant, which is a bit of an interesting choice here. Mabadi's going to drive the Overlord away. Should be able to get the Overlord kill unless he's a little too cautious. There it is. Very well done. Just as the Overlord leaves range, the Cyclone snipes. That means no more high ground vision for Fjant. This Cyclone can now have a field day retreating, much like Stevie Wonder. Got to get to higher ground with this Cyclone, and he's going to keep on trying till he finds that higher ground. Oh, it's such a good song. Such a good song. Second Cyclone out now. Natural going to be taken down. 32 workers out from Mabadi. He's ahead on workers despite being behind on bases. Beautiful individual Cyclone micro here from Mabadi. Going to snipe one more roach. Wow, nice, a nice counter micro from Fjant, who is going to save, I think, most of these roaches. Well, no, he's not. The Cyclone's going to track him down. Never mind. This is like NCIS Cyclone. They're going to track down the killers and take them out. Looking good right now. Looking good. A couple of Cyclones gonna get driven away here. Fjant is not going to be able to find much. SCVs on the low ground, and a couple more links coming out here from Fjant. He's only building 3 more drones, which is just not quite enough, man. Just not quite enough. Here we go, a couple lings into the main. Oop, hang on. Keyboard's messing up on me here. There we go. And the lings will get driven away here. Cyclones chasing down what they can. Mabadi being so aggressive with these Cyclones. You know, this is the micro that he's perfected so long doing these Marine Marauder drops. Unfortunately, not quite going to be... unfortunately for Fjant, it's going to transfer fairly well to these Cyclones. And of course, with only Queens to drive this away, these Cyclones have pretty much... They're like Jafar at the almost end of Aladdin, where they've just got ultimate cosmic power right now. Locking onto roaches and then just getting off of creep. There's just simply not much Fjant can do right now. Lings are going to be the right call. Ooh, a bit of miss micro there from Mabadi, who thought he had both those Cyclones. He's going to be angry about that. But of course, these Queens... They're slow-moving gals, and the Cyclones do real well against slow-moving queen gals. Fjant gonna save the queen, but I think we just had another earthquake. I think that was an earthquake. Either that or like a truck hit my building. Kansas has been having a lot of earthquakes lately. Hang on. Did you feel it? I think I just had an earthquake. Did I just feel an earthquake? That's literally the top Google result right now. Reports of shaking in the Andover area. That's me. I'm in the Andover area. Wow, cool. Well, if the broadcast ends unexpectedly, guys, that'll be because my entire building has collapsed on me and I'm dead. In the case that I do die, I wish for all of my living possessions to be transferred to Sean Day 9 Plot of, I think he lives in Anaheim, California, where he will be given all of my life savings and, I don't know, whatever else. Yes, definitely an earthquake. Lairtech finally on the way here for Fjant, which is going to be a while. He's a little behind here. Lair at 8 minutes. Of course, he's been slowed down with the early aggression, trying to go with the Roach Bust, and Mabadi, honestly, on 3 bases now. Going to see these Lings coming in. Going to march his Marines back to defend his third, defend his third, defend his third, defend his third, defend his third. Mabadi, what are you doing, buddy? Moving some tanks out. That's not quite enough. Luckily, he's got the bunker finished up, and that should help buy him a little bit of time. But, woof, yikes. Not what you were hoping for, friends. Not what you were hoping for at all. Plenty of roaches out now for Fjant. Look at the army supply, 76 to 62, and you might think, oh, that's great news for Fjant. He's way ahead. Not really. Look at the mineral count. It's a little ahead, but not as much as you'd think. Remember, those roaches are pretty supply heavy, and they don't really give you as much value as Marines do. Mineral for mineral, pound for pound. These Marines are just a little bit more mobile, and they pack a little bit more of a punch, especially since Mabadi is just about to finish up with his 1-1. Good scan here from Mabadi, grabbing 1 and 2 creep tumors. That creep will recede, and Mabadi, of course, can just go straight up into the main. The Roach is forced to follow him here. Ooh, a bit of mispathing from Fjant. Mabadi's gonna have just enough time to get his units up here. Man, it's a shame he doesn't play Protoss and have access to a sentry, a force field there. Could have just won him the game. But serves you right for not playing Protoss. He's just gonna have to learn to live with those consequences of bad life choices. Roaches are eventually going to push this away, but Mabadi's trading very efficiently here. We can see the supply of Fjant going up, but all of that is in Roaches and Lings, whereas the supply of Mabadi isn't increasing because he's investing in infrastructure. We see more factories going down. See that third base established. More tanks coming out. He's working on upgrades, 2-2 on the way, and just continuing to trade pretty damn efficiently. Dodging corrosive vials, picking off roaches, doing everything he can to make this worth it. And now Fjant is way out of position. Luckily, he's left a couple roaches on the high ground. The Queen is going to get taken down here, and there might just be enough Marines. No, not quite. Just enough roaches to push that away. But most importantly, this is keeping Fjant at home. Look at the army supply graph. Fjant is like ages above. Did he miss? Oh, missed those corrosive vials just barely. Fjant way above Mabadi right now in army supply, right? The delta is as big as it's ever been. But the longer Fjant stays at home, the more time Mabadi has to get these tanks in position, to get some Widow Mines scrubbed in. He's getting closer to 2-2. He's getting that +1 vehicle attack. Basically just making his army ready for the mid-game, whereas Fjant is not ready for the mid-game at all. At all. He's just on Roach Ravager, man. You can't stay on Roach Ravager past the 10-minute mark. Zerg players, how many times do we have to tell you this? You gotta transition to something else, guys. It looks impressive. Yes, you got a big squirming mass of bug juice on the field. It's not gonna do anything for you. It's like your university after you graduate. It's done. Mabadi is just gonna mow through this. Bad corrosive vials from Fjant, misjudging Mabadi. Thought Mabadi might be retreating there, and forgot that he was playing against the most aggressive Terran player in the known universe. A little run by here in the natural. We're going to do a bit, but there are some Marines to clean it up. SCVs pulled off the line. Only 5 SCVs go down, and Mabadi is now at 79 workers. That's a nice number of workers. I'd say that's 10 more than a nice number of workers. And behind this, Fusion Core for Liberator range, Ghost Academy for feedbacks, snipes, nukes, whatever he wants really here. Interesting load up here of all Marauders. This is an army bred with a single purpose. To destroy hatcheries. That's right, what do we got? 7, 8, 9 Marauders here? I don't know, I can't count. I'm not here to count, I just cast. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 Marauders. My god, I'm good at my job. 9 Marauders, they're gonna hop into this hatchery and just mow it to the ground like it's grass on a week after your dad gets back from vacation and he's like, gotta mow the grass. It's been up for a week now. Here we go. Stim in, scan in. Grabs the creep tumors, forces the roaches back here. There are enough roaches to probably stop this from happening, but Queen goes down instantaneously, and these Marauders are just gonna live forever. They're gonna be like Alphaville. They're gonna be forever young over there, and they're just not gonna go anywhere. Marines, of course, Marauders, pardon me, do extra damage against those armored roaches, and the roaches just don't stand a chance. Lings are a good choice, though, of course, because those concussive shell grenades that the Marauders shoot are so slow, so Lings actually get a fair amount of damage done, but 3-3 now on the way for Mabadi, and look at the upgrades for Fjant. He's at 2-2 as well, but no, 3-3 even started instead opting for that Ultralisk Cavern yet again. Fjant just seems to be struggling. Look at this. Income advantage in Mabadi's favor hugely for the entire game so far. Luckily, Fjant's got a 4th base this time. Mabadi's not been able to break any of the bases of our Zerg player, but the army supply is just looking so good, or army value, rather, looking so good for Mabadi. Mowing down Lings left and right, dual flanking this army, buying himself a little bit of time on the south side. That's an even trade. An even trade normally favors the player who's ahead in military supply. For example, if you're at 100 and your opponent's at 50 army supply, and you both trade 25 army supply, you go from having a 100% advantage over him to a 150% advantage over him, even though you've traded equally. So generally, if you have a larger army supply, you want to trade evenly with your opponent at least. The flip side of that is, if you're behind economically and you're behind in resources lost, you can't afford to trade evenly because you've got nothing in the bank. Yes, Mabadi's floating 1,000 right now, but that's partially due to bad macro, but also because he's almost maxed out, man. He needs about 10 more barracks. If these tanks get more shots off, he's going to be in good shape. If he dodges these corrosive biles, he'll be all right. Sure, he may lose a couple SCVs here, but I do feel like Mabadi still has a chance to come out of this. Fjant doing his absolute diggity darndest to run him over here, and I will say, Fjant is buying himself not just a slightly reduced economic deficit, but also time to get these Ultralisks up. He's got 2 Ultralisks coming on the field soon. The adrenal glands for the Lings coming out, and the carapace for the Ultras. However, the army supplies are now about even, which is going to favor the bio player. Plenty of Marauders on the field for Mabadi right now. He's got 11 of those bad boys. Those chonker prison men. What's the word I'm looking for? Word for somebody who's been convicted of a crime. I mean, besides criminal. Person incarcerated, it's not important. We'll call them chonker prisoners. A couple fungal growths go down, but it's not going to be enough. Planetary Fortress is up. No repair available, though. The Lings will take care of this. Mabadi a little bit slow to respond. Needs to land a mule to repair this sucker up, but the tank's getting some beautiful shots off. That tank only has 7 kills, but let me tell you, friends, he's got, feels like a lot more than that. Oh, I love it. Look at this, the battle cruiser. Trying to go for the, Ultralisk Cavern, not quite going to snipe it, but a cute play all the same from Mabadi. Obviously, he should have been target firing down those queens, trying to micro a little bit, but it's a Masters level game. We can't expect that much out of our players right now. Still a knockdown, drag out fight. Mabadi still in the lead. Look, Fjant's going to take a minor income advantage here as Mabadi resaturates his 4th base, but don't expect this gap to last too long unless Fjant is able to find some other way to get damage done this game. The Ultralisk probably not going to be enough. Look at how tight the gaps are behind the 3rd base here on Oxide. The Ultralisk simply won't fit in there. They're like overweight people in the chair scooters at Walmart. They're just not physically going to fit in that space, and it's going to be pretty rough, honestly. 1 Ultralisk goes down to almost nothing. 5 drones killed by, again, almost no losses. The infestors with no energy. Bless their little infestor of hearts. They're wiggling their little red butts out of there. But this push is so scary. The infestors going forward. There's a fungal growth to lock everything down. 2nd fungal. There we go. 2nd fungal onto the medevacs. The Queen's going to try and do what they can. The 2 full medevacs get out. The 2 empty ones were mowed down. A spot of bother up at Fjant Farms right now. A bit worried about what's going to happen here. He's going to try and put some pressure maybe on this 4th base. Again, Mabadi still with no 5th, but Fjant with no 5th either. Both these guys doggedly sticking on 4 bases despite the balance of power going back and forth fairly quickly. Battlecruiser doing a strafing run into the natural. Still no spores up. If there was a weapon refit is finished, so we do have a Yamato cannon available. Should see a Yamato on this Queen right away from Mabadi. Yamato! Yep, Yamato! Battle Cruiser, Yamato. Yup. Okay, he'll figure it out. Come on, you research the coolest upgrade in the game and you're not going to use it? Alright, whatever. When we return. Like one of those old Nickelodeon shows. Come back next Thursday for the conclusion of the thrilling adventures of Non-Yamato Battle Cannon. Doesn't matter. Mabadi going to win game number 5 and put himself 1 game away from a solid win. Update that score here. Mabadi wins 4-1. Again, a best of 9. So we've got at least 1 more game right now. Our Watermelon Terran looking very good. We have 2 maps remaining. We've played 5 maps so far. We are either going to have our next map on Juggernaut or Romanticide. So remember the last 2 games. We'll be on those last 2 maps. If we go to a game 8, rather, if we go to a game 8, we'll recycle the map pool, and our loser will be able to choose whichever map they so prefer. Looks like we're going to see Juggernaut for our penultimate map, and that means Romanticide. If we get to a map 7. We'll see about that. We'll see about that. Hang on, I'm re-googling earthquake. Reports of shaking. USGS. Did I feel it? I need like a map like right now. Italy, Tennessee, Hawaii, Idaho, Kansas. Anybody? Did anybody else feel an earthquake in Kansas? Because I definitely felt an earthquake. I felt the earth move under my skin. Under my feet. That's what it's. Under my feet. The sky tumbling down. Tumbling down. Huh. Nothing, Nope. Well, the USGS doesn't see anything. But, like, there was definitely earthquake reports when I Googled it. You know what? It's fine. It's over. It's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. We're on map number 6, and the only earthquake I'm going to feel is if there's tectonic destabilizers researched if a Protoss joins our game. And that seems unlikely at best right now. Fjant is ready to go. Mabadi is in the water closet, so he will be right back. We're good to go. Good luck, and have fun. Juggernaut for game number 6 here. Could be our last map of the day. Now, look, Mabadi's got a 4-1 lead right now, and I always wonder if this is the point at which these players get a little ants in their pants, they get a little excited, they get a little nervous, and they're like, you know, it would be fun, and I haven't done it yet. Triple proxy racks. Proxy Stargate, proxy Starport with the Hellion drop. I don't know. Proxy Liberator harass, that's kind of weak, but, you know, I do wonder if Mabadi's thinking something like, now is the time. Now is the winter of Fjant's discontent. We'll find out in Game 5. Pardon me, Game 6. Joining me on Juggernaut for, again, what could be the last game of this best of 9. Spawning in the bottom left-hand side in the green. Representing the United Kingdom and the GDA team, he is our Watermelon Terran player, Mabadi. Bobadi. What does it mean? And his opponent in the top right-hand side in the red from Archangel Gaming, he is Fjant. Which, again, if you missed it earlier, apparently Fjant means jerk in Swedish. Apparently that was the thing. I'm still Googling for earthquake stuff. I swear that was another. We've had like 5 this week. And they've all been weensy, but it's still weird. Because it, you know, I live in Kansas, so technically I guess we're on a minor fault line, but I gotta believe it's the reawakening of Cthulhu in time for 2021 to end the world before 2020 finishes up. I'm a man of science, and I gotta say that's what I believe. The data supports that hypothesis, is what I'm saying. So, arise, ye worshippers of the Dark Ones, those whose unnamed faces stir in your waking dreams. The cataclysm will come, and we will be swept away. The end is nigh. And so is this drone's end. The Reaper going to pop in here. Should be able to get the kill before that drone gets to the third. Nice little snipe from Mabadi, slowing down this, again, very greedy third base build from Fjant. He's tried this the last 4 games, I think. And, you know, Mabadi hasn't punished it, like, immediately. But I feel like Mabadi should punish it a little bit more quickly. He's going to hit this drone again. Yeah, you can't get out of here, man. Gotta wait for the queen to pop. And now that this Reaper is here, the queen is going to have to babysit this drone all the way over to the freaking third base. And that's going to suck for Fjant. He does not want that at all. Look, he's got to move this queen all the freaking way off of creep. He's got to get the drone over. Or Mabadi could go the wrong way and the drone could get there for free. Never mind, it's fine. Fjant putting that hatchery in the wrong location very briefly. Going to go up to the main correct location, though. And there we go. Overlord speed on the way again for Fjant. He's really been liking this Carapace upgrade over the course of the best of 9 so far. Gets a little more scouting information. Keeps your Overlord safe against Vikings, that kind of stuff. So, ya know, ya know. All right. Meanwhile, Mabadi's base camp, you guys are all going to be amazed to learn that he's building a third base again. He's building a barracks. He's building a starport. Going for a bit of a greedier 1-1-1 this time with that third base down a little ahead of time. But the Overlord will get in from Fjant. Going to park right on top of that third CC and say, I see you. Like the eye of... I know the, what's the... What are the spooky spheres from Lord of the Rings? The Ellen Pill? That's I just like made up a word. Seeing spheres. Lord of the Rings. Palantir. That's it. Palantir. Sorry, chat. I know I lost some nerd cred. The Palantirs. I see you. All right. All right. Hellion's gonna get into third base here, trying to drive away the drones here. Luckily, there are some queens to sort of support this push from Fjant. He's gonna be able to drive Mabadi away. No problems there. No problems there. Couple more queens out. A ton of queens out for Fjant, by the way. He's gonna be at 6 queens at only 6 minutes. That ain't bad at all. I think he's maybe worried about a potential air assault. I'm not sure why he would be. It seems like an inordinate number of queens, but I guess if you're going for Ling Bane, you know, if this were a Grandmaster level game, I'd say he might be going for like a German taxi build, trying to load those queens up into Dropper Lords. He is getting a lair tech pretty quickly. I wonder if maybe he's going to try it out here. We haven't seen anything like that so far, but he's kind of getting everything you need for that build. Well, okay, never mind. He's going for +1 melee attack. Normally, you get roaches with that build. He might be trying some sort of weird version of it that's like Ling Bane Queen. Not the case. Not the case. Weird. Okay, well, we'll see what he goes for here. Baneling speed on the way, which is good. You want to get that Baneling speed sooner rather than later. As with any game with Mabadi, you got to expect some marine pressure pretty soon. Mabadi working on barracks number, what is that? Barracks number 7 and 8 now. This is just dumb. Oh, this is crazy. So many flippin' Marines about to be out here. Mabadi's going to hit a strong +1 timing with a ton of Marines. He needs to get some medevacs out, and he'll be behind here. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, hang on. Okay, we're back. Never mind. Had a little glitch in the matrix there. Looks like we're back though. Thank goodness. All right. Ling Run By gonna spot a lot of these Marines. I mean, no surprises there. If Fjant is surprised by the fact that Mabadi has more Marines than he might expect at this point in the game, he has not been paying attention. Another little freeze here. Hopefully our players aren't feeling that. It might just be my connection to the server. The Banelings show themselves though. Fjant making a bit of an error there. And Mabadi should immediately pull these SCVs again. Mabadi! They're gonna pull the SCVs, get him out of there, get him out of there, get him out of there, loads him up into the medevac, gonna lose the mules though. What the hell was that? He's trying to be too cute with it. Just move them out, man. Don't even A-move. Just right click them away and they'll be fine. They're the same speed. Hellions could have cleaned that up. Instead, he lost a lot of mules. Luckily, no SCVs were harmed in making this production. The Baneling's going to get some decent shots off, though, clearing up a bit of Mabadi's army, and he's going to escape with only one medevac full of Marines. Fjant, scared shitless, is up in his main base now with these Lings and Banes, expecting Mabadi to redrop, and in a weird turn of events, Mabadi is not redropping him. Very strange. Very strange. Mabadi heads on back home with that payload as Fjant powers up. Got that infestation pit coming down. Gonna see a hive soon. Cracklings into, yeah, I assume lurker tech from here. Have not seen lurkers out of Fjant yet, and of course, Mabadi playing such a bio-heavy style is going to really struggle to respond to lurkers, and especially if he fails to expand again, he's going to need every last scan he can get. But if his worker count stays around 62, he's not going to be able to afford any extra scans. He's going to need every mule he can get to make up for this. Baneling's going for the natural. Just lift the gate, Mabadi. Oh, man. Rookie mistake there. The Baneling's going to try and get in here. This is a +1 Baneling, though. Not enough to kill any SCVs. You got to have that +2 before one Baneling is deadly. Well done there by, I was going to say Mabadi, but honestly, just shut the gate, man, and you win that one. So he wins it by the skin of his teeth, but a victory he did not need to achieve, if that's fair. All right, Fjant on the far left-hand side of the map. Hellions into the third base for our Zerg player. Going to get cleaned up by Lings and Banes. Another little Ling Bane run-by happening up here. It seems like every time I click on this part of the map, my game freezes a little bit. Huh, okay, we're back. We're back. It's fine. Mabadi now in the middle of the map. 77 army supply to 68 army value in favor of our Zerg player due to all the Banelings he's got. Mabadi's going to try and split here, moves his Marauders up the front lines. A couple Banelings clearing out the midsection of the army of Mabadi, but Mabadi's going to catch all these Banelings. No cancellations anywhere. Oh, ho, ho. Cocoon after cocoon. Falling, falling, falling. Lag rain. Terrible. Baneling's going to try and get in here. There's the connections that Fjant was looking for. Mabadi is finally going to be pushed back here. Little Ling run by at the third, pushed away. Only 3 SCVs go down. Mabadi's got a secondary army back here with a tertiary army coming out of his production facilities, and another factory coming down for some more tanks. Maybe some Widow Mines would be pretty cute here. Mabadi forced away. Oh, man. Now that the Hydralisks are here, Mabadi can't keep up with this real aggressive pressure. He's going to start losing medevacs full of units eventually. I like the juke toward the main base. Might try and distract Fjant a little bit, but Fjant's very quickly going to find out there's nothing in there, and Mabadi's just dropped up at the top side. He could have sniped those medevacs if he had a little bit more map awareness. Mabadi is going to stay alive for a little bit longer here. Just a little bit, though. Other gas coming down from Mabadi. He's going to need more gas than that. Honestly, right now, he's thrown away so many resources. He is playing a more efficient game than Fjant, but he hasn't kept Fjant back. The other games when Mabadi's played more efficiently than Fjant, he's sniped a base. He's prevented a base from going down. He's slowed Fjant down in some meaningful way. This game, however, Mabadi has failed to do so in any way. I think the drone kill count's around like 5, 10, 2? Yeah, 2. He's lost more SCVs than Fjant has lost drones. Never a good place to be as a Terran player in a TVZ. Meanwhile, this army just chilling on the creep. There we go. Finally clearing some creep tumors here. Gonna burrow those Widow Mines, hopefully get some good shots off, and will find himself in a very dangerous position. Oh god, these Widow Mine shots. Blammo. A bunch of Lings getting mowed down here. Luckily, good surface area. Plenty of Lings left over for Fjant. Widow Mine's still alive, though, and could get another shot back on the Hydralisks. Only one Hydra going down, but still nice. These Widow Mines apparently have not been spotted yet by Fjant, who will be losing a couple units here as they pop out of these 2 bases. Meanwhile, though, Fjant getting ready for a tip of the spear style attack. Mabadi not able to respond to those lurkers, just loses everything in his arm. That was a rough blow here. Lurkers just walking straight in like you can't do in Mordor, and 16 SCVs go down instantaneously. Mabadi's income has now been crippled. His army has no response to this. He has no liberators. He has no tanks. All he has is 3-3 bio, and ladies and gentlemen, you may cry about the power relatively of Marines and Marauders all you want, but up against that many lurkers, it is going to take massive damage, a lot of time, and a fair amount of death to clear out that many lurkers. Now, Fjant failed to support those lurkers with anything else, so he did lose them in a pretty easy to avoid way, if we're honest with ourselves. But we'll see if he can get some more going here. 2 more lurkers on the map. He's already got, oh no, sorry, he lost all his lurkers there. So 2 more lurkers total, and trying to add on some more Hydras. But Mabadi's army is always ready to go. The only thing that really is like extra fantastic, nice burrow of Banelings, by the way, there from Fjant. Mabadi lost a fair amount of army there. Not sure there are any more burrowed banelings there. Mabadi scanned for him and cleaned him up, so the one lurker left. Anyway, the good thing about the Terran army is that Marine Marauder Medevac is always powerful. That's why it's been a build since Wings of Liberty, and that's why it will be a build until StarCraft 2 dies in October of 2028. Somebody bookmark that. And it's just powerful. Whereas with a Zerg player, if you want to go lurkers, you've got to have enough Hydras behind to deal with medevacs. You got to have enough Banelings to keep those Marines at bay. And really, the Terran can mostly attack you with Marine Marauder medevac, even if they're not being super careful. But if you don't have all the different bits and bobs of your army, then you're not gonna have any luck. Little Baneling run by here, but these Widow Mines are going to have a field day. But blammo, well, one Baneling lives, and that's one Baneling is enough. Oh, the Planetary Fortress with the alley-oop kill. Meanwhile, Hellions, I imagine, clearing out the third base, or the fifth base, rather, going down. More Lurkers coming down from Fjant, but Lurkers alone do not a Zerg army make. And again, we see Cattle Bruisers, the next order of the day. You know, last game, Mabadi built this fusion cord about the same time, and I kind of thought he was going to go for Liberator range and get, like, a reasonable mid-game Terran army. How wrong I was. He just went for Cattle Bruisers, pushed him across the map, and did whatever he could to meme his way out of the situation. It was a fun play, and it actually worked for him, so, you know, mazel tov to the young man, or the young boy who is becoming a man soon. But right now, he's pushing, and it's looking scarier and scarier. Finally, some tanks in the army, and Mabadi's like, what are these called? Siega tanks? Siega tanks? These are pretty good units. I'll be danged. Siega tanks. Anyway, a lot of Banelings out, and Mabadi's realizing that, hey, maybe I should make some more of these tank units. Fun historical fact for you World War II buffs out there, or World War I buffs out there. The reason that tanks are called tanks is that they were developed as a... Oh, hang on. Good wraparound here from Fjant, who's actually going to take most of this out. Mabadi rescues all his medevacs, though, and he's got plenty of army back home. He's always got a standing army back home. That's how bio works. Anyway, we're going to see Fjant trying to push in here, but with the tank sieged up and plenty of bio here, he's going to get driven away. Anyway, back to my fun historical note. The reason that tanks are called tanks, instead of, you know, armored vehicles or something lame, is that they were developed initially in secret. And the government was talking about the project they were using to find out a way to deliver water to the battlefield. And they had disguised all of their tests to make it look like these new devices were for carrying supplies, carrying water to the front lines. So they called them water tanks that they were going to bring to the front lines. Are these Hydras going to get the easiest alley-oop medevac kills of their life? Oh my god, they are. Look at that. Unbelievable. Anyway, that's why we colloquially call these units tanks, is because they were originally developed under guise of being water tanks. Tanks of water. And now, they're actual tanks. SCVs, Mabadi. Oh god, those poor SCVs all just about died. Mabadi on 82 workers, which is a significant number of workers here. Fjant's stuck on 80, but he's got more bases than Mabadi. Mabadi's stuck on 4, and Fjant's done a pretty good job of stopping Mabadi from expanding beyond that. Tanks coming down here. Nice micro from our boy from Mabadi to get out of the way of those lurkers, but the tanks have gone down now. And he's fighting with like half of his army, and I don't know what the hell this is from Mabadi, but this is exactly the positioning that Fjant needed. Mabadi with 4 Liberators coming out now, but TLTL from Mabadi, too little, too late. You gotta have Liberators before your opponent has 37,000 Lurkers, my man. You got lucky clearing them the first time, but this time, your luck ain't gonna hold up, champ. And now there's enough Hydras. The Hydras can get underneath the Libs, and the tank can try and get some damage done here. But if the Liberators don't go down, if the Liberators go down, Mabadi's got really nothing against these Lurkers. What the hell is this engagement from Fjant? Oh, he's just pushing forward, trying to get these Lurkers in a more aggressive position. Liberator re-sieging here. The Hydras are all gone, actually, but so is everything from Mabadi's side. Ling's running rampant in the natural, and it looks like we will finally see Fjant grabbing a second game here. Mabadi down to almost nothing, no army, no workers. Of course, he's one of those players who fights to the bitter end. The bitter end. 'Cause when you're lost and I don't know any of the lyrics to that. One of my least favorite songs in the Jungle Book. If it was Barbershop, I'd go for it, but they went all Beatles on it, and I was like, Yeah. Yeah, Mabati's still fighting here, but he's basically he's on 3 bases, I guess. Planetary Fortress gonna try and get what it can done. Mabati may live a little bit longer. You know, we've seen him in worse positions, I guess. It's gonna be hard to imagine coming out of this one, though, with the income and army. So bad for our little Terran boy. Yeah, another base going down here. Wow, the BM there, Fjant, morphing lurkers underneath a underneath a floating command center. Forced to cancel those lurkers, though. The Liberator does siege up. It looks like the Hydra's gonna finally grab it, though. And Fjant gonna take game number 6, and we're gonna see a game 7. Update our little score diddly-do here. Make sure that you see that Fjant's got a 2 to 4. Our last map is gonna be Romanticide. LE for map number 7. We get the ready from Fjant. We should have the ready from Mabati here pretty quickly, and we can get on into what could be our last game of the day. We'll see about that. Mabati waiting. We're not quite ready for this yet. He's frantically on Liquipedia looking up siege tanks. He's like, what are these? They worked so well. Never seen them before. I gotta build some more of those things. Damn. I think that's what he's going for. We'll see. Hopping into Romanticide now for game number 7. Fjant Mabati for 25 buckarooskies, and here we go. Best of 9. Let's get straight into the action. Ladies and germs, spawning in the top left-hand side of Romanticide LE, it is our green Terran player representing the UK and GD18. He is Mabati. That's my buddy. Mabati. And his opponent on the bottom right-hand side, Swedish slang for jerk, Archangel Gaming's Fjant. Knowing me, that's the only Swedish word I will ever learn outside of tack and lingonberry, which I'm sure has a different name in Swedish, but you know what? Yeah, I'm American. Who cares? Been a good best of 9 so far. You know, you wouldn't want to see a 5-0 blowout, and honestly, a 5-1 always feels a bit like a blowout as well. Going all the way up to game 7, at least we get a 5-2 at the worst, and some sort of crazy, almost reverse sweep from Fjant would be pretty exciting stuff. So definitely could be an opportunity here to have a good game no matter what happens. We'll have to see what these players want to go for in game number 2. Looking pretty standard stuff so far, though. Mabati with the hatch, Mabati with the looking like a Reaper expand. He's got 1 gas taken. And Fjant! Whew, sorry, I got some yawns in my system to get out there. Fjant going for the hatch, the gas, and the pool. Hatch gas pool for Fjant. Reaper expand from Mabati. Could things get any more standard? I submit that they could not. As we hop into game 7. You know, this has been a fun little show match. It's always good to cast games that aren't just Grandmaster players duking it out with the highest level strategy. A reminder that to err is human, but to really foul things up, you need a computer. And that's what these matches are for, you know? You can see these players improving in real time. If you're a Grandmaster player in chat, which I know every Trovo chatter is a Grandmaster StarCraft player, that's a requirement to speak in our chat, that you can look on these players and say, oh, I see the mistakes they're making. I made those mistakes when I was a lowly level Masters player as well. And if by some chance, you know, this gets smuggled out of Grandmaster land into some sort of, you know, peasant world of players who aren't Masters yet, it's a good opportunity to watch these players and identify things you can do. I feel like a lot of time when I cast GSL players, yeah, you know, top tier players, DreamHack players, it's difficult watching them and saying, well, sure, Clem won that engagement, but that's because he's Clem, and he has 400 effective actions per minute, and he can sustain that for 10 minutes, and he's played this game for 10,000 hours, and he's better than I will ever be, and I can't learn anything. The only lesson I can learn is, be like Clem, play like Cyril, lol. Which is, a garbage take. And if you've ever said that, you should be ashamed of yourself. What you can learn, if you watch these guys, is to avoid some of the mistakes they're making. You can watch their strategies and say, aha, this is the rotation he should have made here. I can see why these pieces fit together the way they do. Or, oh, that was a micro mistake. I make that micro mistake all the time. How does he deal with it? Is that different from how I deal with it? Is it more effective? Is it less effective? When watching players that aren't just unbelievable full-time pros at the game, I think you get a real opportunity to get some more knowledge about the game and to improve your play. People are always like, oh, just go watch Hero Marine if you want to get better at Terran. I think that's a garbage take. I really do. If you're a Grandmaster and you want to get better, go watch Hero Marine. He's probably got tips for you. If you're in Silver League and you want to get better, don't waste your time watching Big Game. You can't pull any of that shit off. Watch Mabadi. If you're a Zerg player, watch Fjant. Watch Cyril for fun and for inspiration, but don't be like, okay, well, I'm going to do Cyril's crazy tight build where you've got to have perfect control and exact Baneling micro, and it's garbage. Anyway, enough of an old man yelling at clouds. So I joked before the match that Mabadi was on the Liquipedia page for tanks, being like, wow, these things are good. And look what he's building now. Another unit, where last game he was like, oh man, these things were actually pretty impressive. Liberator out first here for Mabadi. Now, obviously, this is just for some harassment. He's going to send her across the map and try and get some damage done on the mineral line somewhere while he's distracting the rest of the units with the Hellions out of the fourth base. These Hellions are going to get caught. Oh my god, Fjant disengages at just the wrong time. Anyway, the Liberator going to try and get in maybe to the third base, and there's no Spore Crawler here. There's only one Queen, so this Liberator finds a nice, cute position exactly where he's finding a nice, cute position. Could do some very, very real economic damage, and we'll see how fast Fjant pulls here. Fjant's going to lose. Let's start counting. 1, 2, 3. Drones. Not bad at all there from Mabadi, and unsieges and gets out. Not too greedy. Not too rich. Wonderfully done. Forces some Spore Crawlers out of Fjant and can bring these Hellions back home. Now, obviously, ideally, you'd want to have these Hellions in another mineral line somewhere, but Fjant's done a nice job of leaving these links right in the middle. Just like Dodie, in the middle of these two bases that both links used to date and now wants to call each other. Or surreptitious adult purposes. It's a great song. Great song. Hellions out, form a body. We've seen this in a couple previous games here. Go for the 6 Hellion push. Try and cause some trouble in one of the bases. Distract while you build up a hilariously large number of barracks and then fail to macro behind it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 racks out. Third CC established here. And a fourth base about to finish up for Fjant. Both these guys just playing greedier and greedier and greedier as the series continues. Scan here for, I guess, Creep Tumors. Gonna grab 2 inactive Tumors. Well, gets prioritizes the Queen first, gets off of Creep. Liberator's here as well. Liberator just 3 kills from the initial little gazump into the third base here. Queen's trying to focus fire down the Liberator. That's gonna leave him as primo targets for the, oh my god, Mabadi, the drones! Mabadi, kill the drones! Mabadi, focus fire the drones! Oh, Mabadi throwing away a golden ticket. Fjant was like freaking Willy Wonka, hiding a golden ticket of damage here in this drone line, and I don't believe this is Mabadi actually going to salvage. You're kidding me. 8 kills. Unbelievable. 4 extra kills he shouldn't have gotten, but Fjant going full Wonka there, and Mabadi playing the role of Charlie Bucket, who, in this alternate universe, drops the golden ticket into the sewer where it's picked up by Fickelgruber, who sneaks one of his own men in to Wonka's factory to learn the secrets for his own Fickelgruber's fudge. If you have not read the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory books, you're missing out, kids. There's so much more depth. And of course, I'm talking about the Gene Wilder movie, Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, not the garbage cinematic experience that is Johnny Depp in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Even though it's named more adequately, it's just worse, just bad. It doesn't work, man. There's like a bunch of stupid stuff that's, it's not important. Link's gonna get mowed down here by these Marines. I mean, look at that. That is a freaking bloodbath. There just is not enough here for Fjant, and these poor Banelings are not going to be enough. He's warping it. No, he's not morphing any more Banelings. He's investing in infrastructure. Mabadi's going to mow these things down. Baneling speed's finished, but it's not enough. Both Banes picked off, and oh dear, sweet Mary, mother of sweet, good, gracious goodness, oh no. Oh man, this double drop in the main doing an insane amount of damage. The spawning pool goes down right away. We ain't going to see no more lings no more, and that means there's basically nothing that Fjant can build. He can build Banes, and the last couple lings that popped out. He's got 9 Hydras on the way now since the Hydralisk den's finished up. But the Hydras are going to get mowed down by these Marines who are going to find a beautiful spot in between. Oh my god, this is disgusting. Zerg players, I hope you look away. And Terran players, I hope you get a verified account on Pornhub so you can post this. Because that was just some sexy NSFZ action right there. Mabadi killing off 5 drones and the hat and the spawning pool. Probably could have stayed even longer than that. I don't know why he backed away. Maybe scared away by the Hydras there, but he's going to go ahead and heal up and drop back into the third. Luckily, some Hydras here for Fjant, straddling the divide between the second and the third yet again in that nice in the middle position. Love me some Doty. Girl has soul. Just away with words. Delicate, quaint, but still powerful, meaningful, interesting, ukulele-ified. A lot of adjectives you could use to describe her work. Her whole body of work, in fact. A couple of tanks out this time. The Liberator has gone down, I think. Yeah, Liberator's gotten picked off eventually here. But Mabadi is ready to roll here with 74 army supply, with 68 workers. Oh, he's 1 away from a really nice worker count. Luckily, Fjant's on a nice... Oh, no, Fjant's not on a nice worker count anymore. A couple more workers than would be nice for Fjant. But that's all right. Mabadi is just going to mow through this. Again, the Baneling count only at 10. Sure, they have speed, but let me tell you, kids... Mabadi's been doing a pretty nice job of microing these units. He's got tanks in the back. If he focus fires these tanks, he's pre-splitting the Marines for that extra MLG Pro feel. And, oh man, sponsored by Monster Energy Drink here, Mabadi is going to take down this 4th base. And, yeah. Yeah. Do you feel it? 10 minutes in, the base goes down, and Fjant is just, like, not attacking. He's just like, you know what? I'm fine. I don't need to attack. I'm just going to hang out. I'm just going to chill. Banelings. 5 SCVs do go down. Can use some SCV bro hugs there. A lot of wounded SCVs in the lines here, but Mabadi still establishing his little position here. Why are the tanks gone to the bio still here? Mabadi not paying attention there for a minute. Has to get the XFL out of there. Whew, that is not good at all. Another good Baneling shot there from Fjant. Why is Mabadi taking this fight? Mabadi, go home, you fool. You can't win this. You're gonna... Oh, Mabadi. Trying to trade and just dropping the ball time and again. She's dropping the Marine again and again. But could have been home with a full regiment of Marines instead of look at how much he lost. They're a stupid little loss of army there. Mabadi did not need to take that fight. Hightail it home. Reconvene your army. Muster together. And fight as one. Like Captain Planet. He's just missing the power of heart, really. He's got everything else. Just merge. Wonder Twin powers. Oh god, the Banelings. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god, the Banelings. Oh god, the Banelings. Oh god, the Banelings. Oh god. Oh, Mabadi. Oh, buddy. You had this game in the bag, and then Banelings happened. Gee, Christmas. Look at... Oh, shit. He could have been at like 110 army supply. Instead, he's all the way down to 86. Those burrowed Banelings are the literal bane of Mabadi's existence here. And that's how they got their name, true fact. From that interaction specifically against Mabadi on Romanticide. The Blizzard devs looked into the future in their crystal balls, and they were like, someday there will be a Masters level show match. At least I imagine that's what Blizzard dev sounds like. They've never hired me, so I don't know. Nice little drop here, Marauder Hit Squad. Popping in, popping back out, and forcing to cancel. On that 4th base for Fjant, there's another little Marauder Hit Squad up on the north side here. Going for drones this time, which is a bit unusual. Well, maybe target down the hatch, but they're going to find a nice position and get some more drones. 6 drones, 7 drones, 6 drones before they get pushed away. And now Mabadi can move down the south side of the map. Mabadi's done a really nice job of not just picking back creep, but also making sure the Overlords are not in position for any of this. And unfortunately for Fjant, he has failed to mine out these minerals here in between the potential 5th and 6th base. and this potential third or fourth base here, which means that tanks from Mabadi can siege up here and provide fire support for Marines that are on the inside of this base. Now, Mabadi's not going to go for that. He's going to take a little bit of a weirder position on the ramp here, but that will force Fjant into an odd, awkward position where he's got to morph in 19 more banelings. That's money he doesn't want to be spending on banelings, and he's already a little bit low on minerals, so let's see if these tanks can get some work done here. The banelings not coming in with the rest of the army, and this is a huge mistake. A good flank from Fjant, but the tank should be able to do a ton of damage before the banelings roll in and clean this shit up. Fjant disengaging at just the wrong time as well. Man, that's a huge mistake from Fjant. Big mistake. Huge! Engages with just the Lings. Hydras come in from two sides, which is nice, but after the Lings already came in and have been destroyed by the Marines. And now that there are no Marines left, he's fighting into tanks with just Hydras and Banes and no Lings. The Banes will clean up those tanks, but now there's even more from Mabadi, and oh man. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. A terrible, terrible last engagement from Fjant, and Mabadi grabs the win. He's British. I don't know why I'm doing Hail to the Chief. That's solely American. Anyway, Mabadi takes the victory 5-2 as the series closes out with 7 matches. Congrats to Mabadi, who walks away with our first prize, and congrats to Fjant for a well-fought second place there. The final score ends up at 2-5. Ladies and gentlemen, that does it for us here on Trovo with the Destiny Star League. Congrats to Mabadi, and I'm sure you'll want to check back in very soon for even more DSL action. Don't go anywhere. Well, no, you can go somewhere because we're done streaming, but, you know, come on back whenever we're streaming again. Thank you so much for joining us, guys, and we will see